4-2-3-1, it's going to really be dependent on Grosso and Recaro there centrally to hold down that space in front of the back line. And they look very similar to what they did last year, last week. The change is Ryan Garris comes in and gets her first start. We'll see how that midfield flushes out. Will Colaprigo get to play a little bit higher of a position with Schmidt holding in the 6? But it's all about Yasmin Ryan and how she can help unlock this defense.
Our center official today, Irina Petronuk. Purple kits for Houston on the road, blue kits for Chicago at home. And we are underway. Chicago Stars Houston Dash in the NWSL Week 2 to fully complete a comeback. Groom accelerates just outside the 18, combines with Joseph. Campbell denies.
To recognize these areas. So Jacobs dribbles in the midfield. You win this ball, and then one pass gets you in behind. Shea Groom now going 1v1, can slip the ball through here. Great little transition play from Chicago, stemming from good defensive structure.
Patterson. 1v1 with Malum. Moves to her right, the cross, Olivieri off the post. On the rebound, Schmidt. You know, we talk about the subs that came in, but she was the one that turned the tides, I would say, from that right side. There's a shot, just off the mark. Garris going for it.
You know, she played a few last year after coming back from maternity leave, but this great, well received on the back foot. I think through, what, a game in 17 minutes. If you're just a fan of the league, you're going to be excited for how Fabrice Gatral wants this Houston Dash team to play. I think
Joseph gets around, shoots and scores! Jameese Joseph! Well, she muscles it away, and Chicago leads. Olivieri looking for the equalizer for Houston. Middle of the 6, and it's a goal! Paige Nielsen, the center back. We're level. Well, that's the response you want if you're Houston.
That's the response you want if you're Paige Nielsen, because you know how terrible she's feeling after that last goal that just gets scored. Couple seconds ago, she gets beat in a 1v1 situation, so she knows.
From Bright, right into Malum. Patterson now. Olivieri shoots, Nair swats it down. Budmila. There's the whistle to end the first half. Chicago strikes first, thanks to Jameese Joseph. And Paige Nielsen finds the equalizer for Houston just moments later. So Hannah Anderson, who started the first game for Chicago, slots in as the new center back. And we kick off here in the second. First,
try again.
Joseph. Quick touch, combines with Schlegel. Moves to the middle, Joseph. Campbell stops.
I think we're going to see Chicago doing that, shooting a little bit more from distance with the wind going in their favor now. But Jameese Joseph is finding some really nice pockets, and because of that overlap, it actually opens up that interior run, and she can go to net from right outside the 18. Now Houston in the second half is going to have to be cautious when they have the ball, their rest defense. So how they look in their defensive spaces, they have to be aware that that quick transition from Chicago is going to be on.
Patterson, nice pass to Bright, off the cross, behind Ryan. There is Garris. Almost for Houston.
As Patterson drives initially, and here's Bright, but look at that run from Yasmin Ryan. Brings the defenders towards the near post. She hits it with the inside of her foot, but
the team, when they made the postseason for the first time in club history in 2022, and of course last year when the team finished at the bottom of the table in the NWSL. Whole bunch of subs coming in here for the Dash. Kristen Westphal, Delaney Sheehan, excuse me, Maggie Graham comes in. Evelina Julian also comes in. And Delaney Sheehan. So Sheehan started the last game. But Maggie Graham and Julian came in against Washington and were two real catalysts for the comeback attempt. Graham, of course, scored in the 75th minute. Julian.
Oh, what a pass.
Up ahead to Ryan, breaks free. Looking for Sheehan. Julian. 21-year-old Sheehan, head on a swivel, cuts it back. Graham again! Maggie Graham, the super sub. In back-to-back games, she tallies for Houston. Groom now in the space, so Chicago looking for a response goal. Grosso back to Groom. Joseph through the air, Schlegel, a light shot. Curran centers. Off her left foot shoots. Campbell grabs.
So there's the shift, because those weren't like-for-like subs. You're bringing in two midfielders for a forward and a midfielder. So Curran is going to go play as a left winger. Maitane will sit in the middle next to Recaro. And then Manaka will play in the 10 and try to find some key passes, which she did in just the few minutes she played in the last game in Orlando. 3 key passes for her in just a handful of minutes. So can they get her on the ball? And then if you're one of those front 3 in front of her, you are making runs, because she's going to be able to find you.
Nair. Maitane. Manaka. Johnson. Recaro. Bigelski. There's Johnson again off her left foot. Over the crossbar. Joseph. Malum. Joseph. Off her right foot shoots. Campbell bobbles, but ultimately has it.
Because of that, she's just savvy, calm, cool, collected centrally. Chicago, yes, they're going to be able to hit you in transition, but they have to also play through their midfield.
Ryan keeps on going, taking on 3 defenders. Ryan, too high.
Yeah, it got deflected. I think that's going to be a corner kick here, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Great ball in here, because Chicago was pressing. So where is the space? In behind, it's Colaprico who threads it in, and then Yasmin Ryan says, beep, beep, I'm going to go right by you. Cuts across the last defender, and it gets deflected. Hannah Anderson does a good job here to get something on it. Push it up and over.
Julian. Sheehan, the short option. That's where she goes. So gonna kill some clock here, Houston. And there's a final whistle. The Dash walk away with a 1-goal victory over the Chicago Stars.